Hey guys, so I saw two movies on the weekend. I could have reviewed them on Friday, but I was really busy, and so I'm here now reviewing two movies in one video because I watched them so close together on the weekend. So let's get into it, starting with Martin Scorsese's new film, The Irishman, starring Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Al Pacino, and lots of other talent. This movie takes place in the 1950s when truck driver Frank Sheeran gets involved with Russell Bufalino and his Pennsylvania crime family. As Sheeran climbs the ranks to become a top hitman, he goes to work for Jimmy Hoffa, a powerful teamster tied to organized crime. Now, I haven't seen too many Martin Scorsese films. I've seen Goodfellas, I've seen Wolf of Wall Street, I've seen Taxi Driver, Departed. I've probably seen other ones too, I just can't remember right now, but I haven't seen Raging Bull and a few other well-known Martin Scorsese films, but I would say that I think Goodfellas is a little overrated. I don't think it's a masterpiece or anything. My personal favorite Martin Scorsese film is The Departed. I absolutely love it, and it's in like my top 20 of all time. So yeah, Martin Scorsese, of course, is a fantastic director, one of the best directors out there, and so obviously I was really looking forward to watching The Irishman. The runtime was something I was concerned about. It is really long, and it is a Netflix movie, which was interesting, but that didn't really bother me. I didn't really pay any attention to that. So finally, after seeing it, I can say that I love The Irishman. I think this is a very well made film. The acting in this movie is just amazing. I mean, of course it's going to be. We have so much talent in front of the camera. Robert De Niro and Al Pacino are of course amazing. I think Robert De Niro gives one of the best performances I've seen from him. He's really good in this movie, and you really do feel bad for him in certain scenes. Also, I really thought that Joe Pesci was a standout because he was very subtle in this movie, and he didn't actually do any of those exaggerated movements he's done in films like Goodfellas. So that was really nice to see because it made him seem like he could just snap and kill you at any second. Al Pacino also does great work as Jimmy Hoffa, though that's like the holy trinity that I'm talking about. Of course, so many other people in this movie were fantastic as well. The acting as a whole is just mind-blowing. It's also super well shot. I love the cinematography. And there isn't a lot of music in this movie, but when there is, it works. But there are a lot of scenes where it is just complete silence. And to me, that added this sort of uneasy feel to the movie and made me feel like anything could go wrong at any second. And I love when movies do that. I would say, as for issues, it does feel long. It is a very long movie, but surprisingly, it is quite entertaining. It did keep me on the edge of my seat in quite a few scenes, and it is a lot more entertaining than most 3.5-hour movies could be, I guess. And because of the runtime, by the end, you feel like you just had a true experience, even though it might have felt really long. Honestly, the de-aging in this movie was not very noticeable, which is a really good thing. It was really well done, and I thought the aging was actually even better than the de-aging. When they were older, they did an excellent job of that. And it was amazing to me because it was so seamless, and I kind of forgot that the characters used to be younger at one point because I felt like I'd grown up with them a bit, and I forgot that their looks had changed, and I kind of went back to the beginning of the movie and I was like, oh. So yeah, once again, overall, Martin Scorsese knocks it out of the park with an amazing film that feels really epic. It's brilliantly crafted, it's expertly directed, it's really well written, and it has amazing performances from everybody. Despite the fact that it does feel a little long, The Irishman is amazing, and I'm going to give it an A. The second film I saw was Knives Out, directed by Rian Johnson. I was super excited for this movie because I'm just one of those people who absolutely loves watching murder mysteries. I just think it's so fun to kind of figure out who did it in those kind of movies. I really enjoyed Murder on the Orient Express in 2020. What the hell? 2017 is what I meant to say, is when Murder on the Orient Express came out. And I really enjoyed that film. I think it is very underrated. A lot of people didn't like it too much, but I really enjoyed watching that movie, and I had a lot of fun with that. So just another movie coming out with a super talented cast once again was super exciting for me, and also especially since I really do like Rian Johnson as a director. I do really like The Last Jedi. It is very flawed. My opinion has changed quite a bit, from my original review. But I do think it is really, really enjoyable. But my favorite Rian Johnson film is Looper. I absolutely love that movie. I haven't seen Brick, but Looper is amazing, and so I know he has really good talent as a director. So I was excited to see what he does with this murder mystery, especially since so many ads saying it like mixes up the formula and stuff like that, which it does. And I was really happy with that. But in Knives Out, when a crime novelist dies just after his 85th birthday, an inquisitive detective arrives at his estate to investigate. He soon sifts through a web of red herrings and self-serving lies to uncover the truth behind the writer's untimely demise. Starting with the performances, this cast is super talented. It's got so many great actors. Chris Evans, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, Daniel Craig, we got Catherine Langford, Jaden Martell, who is in It. We got so many more. I'm blanking right now. Did I say Daniel Craig? Let's talk about Daniel Craig, because he is absolutely fantastic in this movie. He is the major standout. In my opinion, he was super funny. It was so surprising how amazing he was. He brought something to the role that I really was not expecting, and he crushed it. And what was really funny about his character was it kind of was a way to parody tropes of the genre, and it made the movie really self-aware about certain things, and that was really funny to see. Ana de Armas is in a way the main character of this movie. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but she did an excellent job. And she had a lot to do, a lot more than I thought, because she wasn't really showcased in the trailers that much, and she pulled off basically all the emotions she needed to pull off. And like I said, this movie does kind of mix up the formula. It did not go really in the direction I thought it would. It gives you some information very early on, and I was really happy with the end result. I feel like some people might not be, but I was really happy with the way it went and the way it kind of played with your mind. This movie is really clever and really well put together. It flows super well, it's super, super entertaining, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat pretty much the entire time. You're constantly waiting for more information. And the music in this movie is really great as well and adds to that effect. Now, as I said, the cast is phenomenal, but I just want to point out that Chris Evans did a really good job, because I don't know why I wasn't really expecting him to be amazing in this movie. And it's not just because he's played Captain America for so long. I just feel like by the trailers, it seemed like such a different role for him that I didn't know if he was going to be able to do, just because it doesn't really fit his persona, in my opinion. But he did a great job of, you know, being this kind of like annoying character. And while also being super hilarious. But he was really, really good as well. As for issues with this film, I feel like there are quite a few characters that are pushed in the background, and it is kind of a waste of potential for these people, just because there are so many great actors in this movie that didn't really get to be in the spotlight for any of the movie, really. There's a lot of focus on the mystery element, which is entertaining, but they do kind of only primarily focus on a few characters, really. And that was a little disappointing, but this is still a great film that is very rewatchable, and I absolutely enjoyed it. Knives Out is great, and I'm going to give it an A-. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share. I'd really appreciate it if you did. And as always, have a great day. Peace out.